Good morning, everybody. So now, today's class, we are going to see the next concept is molecules of compounds. I think last class we studied what is molecules of elements and what is atomicity, like monoatomic molecule elements, diatomic elements, triatomic, tetra, and like a cluster of atoms. So what are the examples of giant molecules or a cluster of atoms, everybody?
Polyatomic.
Yeah. So cluster of atoms are gained molecules. Examples I'm asking. So examples we studied.
Sulfur.
Sulfur. That's all. We studied allotropes of carbon. Anybody?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Allotropes of carbon.
Same chemical formula but different chemical properties.
Yeah. So diamond, graphite,
Graphite.
Buckminster Fuller, and all. So now, if you observe very carefully, isotopes. One of the girl is asking isotopes means. My isotopes means next chapter it will come. Just wait. But anyhow, I'm saying you. So isotopes means. What do you mean by isotopes? I said. Everybody? Isotopes means actually it is the same element. Same element. But it is existed in different mass number. Means, as I said, every element is having two things. One is atomic number, another one is what number? Everybody? Atomic number. Next one is what? Everybody?
Atomic mass.
Atomic mass. Or we can say mass number. So atomic mass. So atomic number we used to represent with the what? Everybody? Z. Atomic mass will represent with the A. So basically at the down we'll write Z, up we'll write A. So what do you mean by isotopes means? Same atomic number, Z is remains constant, but different mass number, different atomic mass. That is what we used to call it as a same atomic number, but different atomic mass. That is what we used to call it as isotopes. We'll study that. You don't need to worry. So now, today's class, we are going to study molecules of compounds. So as we all knows that molecules of elements means it belongs to the same element. It not belongs to the compound. So now different atoms, same kind of atoms joined together, we used to call it as molecules of element or compound, everybody. Same kind of atoms, everybody. Same kind of atoms joined together. What we used to call, guys? Joined together. We used to call it as
element.
yes.
Molecule of
So
element.
it is the molecule of element. Now, we are going to study what is our concept, everyone? Molecules of compounds. So all of you keep ready. So molecules of compounds means, again I'm saying, so they are the compounds, if you have taken, they are the molecules as their independent and repeating units. Means different atoms will combine together, but same different kind of atoms every time will be, like we can say, it is a molecule made up of two or more different atoms of elements chemically combined. And that's why I said, what is a bond present between them? We used to call it as, anybody? Last class I told you. What is the bond we used to call it as? The bond between the atoms, we used to call something. What is that bond? Chemical bond.
Bond.
Understanding? Chemical bond we used to call it as. So, If you take what do you mean by molecules of compounds means, the compounds are made up of two or more different elements are combined together, chemically bonded. That is what we used to call it as a molecules of compounds. Different atoms in different molecules are held together with different strengths of forces, and atoms of different elements joined together always in a proper and fixed proportions. We have studied laws of chemical combination. What is the second law of chemical combination? I want it. Anybody? Second law
Law
of
of
chemical
constant
combination.
proportion.
Anybody? Please.
Law of
Second law of
constant
chemical
proportion or
combination. Very
definite
good.
proportion.
So second law of chemical combination will says that in a given compound, always the number of atoms is remains constant. That is what, for example, if I take water, if you go anywhere in the world, always how many hydrogen atoms? All of you? One atom. Super. Two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom will combine together. That is what water will form. And what is the mass ratio? Mass ratio we have studied. Mass ratio of water and hydrogen and oxygen. Anybody?
Wait.
Or not? Yes. 1:8 ratio. So if you go anywhere in the world, always the mass ratio of water, that is what hydrogen and oxygen, and elemental ratio, two hydrogens and one oxygen. It is remains in a fixed proportion. That is what we used to say molecules of compounds. Always the same H2O is repeating unit. That is what we used to call it as a molecule of compound. And here different atoms are combining chemically. So that is why it is the homoatomic molecule or heteroatomic molecule. Everybody? Yes, please. Different atoms combining. So it is a homoatomic or heteroatomic molecules. They are the
Sir,
heteroatomic.
one doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, how can you say that mass of H2O is 1:8, sir?
I will say you
How can
correct,
you prove
Mari.
that,
You
sir?
just remember, we are going to solve that only today. You just listen first. Okay? Understand,
Yes, sir.
Mari? Don't worry. I will never leave anything and I will never make anything normal. I already told you. I will explain you that how to calculate mass ratio. You just two ratios we are going to do today itself. One is elemental ratio and another one is mass ratio. Just you have a glance and we'll do it definitely. Okay.
So then what is meant by heteroatomic molecules, sir?
Heteroatomic molecules means what do you mean by homoatomic molecule?
Single
Yeah. O2. O2 is the homoatomic or heteroatomic. One oxygen atom combined together with another oxygen atom. Correct? Both are oxygen.
Yes.
Or one hydrogen atom combined with another hydrogen atom. Same kind of atoms combined together. That is what we used to call it as a homoatomic. Now, water. Formation of water. One oxygen is combined with the two hydrogens. So this is what different atoms combined together. That is what heteroatomic molecule. Do you understand it? Homo, hetero.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Do you understand, among everybody? Please respond. So now, if you have taken, for example you have taken HCl. What is the HCl chemical name? Anybody? What is the HCl chemical name? Yes,
Hydrogen chloride.
hydrogen chloride or basically hydrochloric acid. What is to call? Hydrochloric acid. We used to call it as. Understanding, Amma? So, molecules of compounds, if you have taken, different atoms are combined together, chemically bonded together. That is what we used to call it as a molecules of compounds. So, if you have taken, for example, here you see oxygen is combining with the two hydrogens, water. Nitrogen is combining with the 3 hydrogens, ammonia. 1 carbon is combining with the 2 oxygens, carbon dioxide. 1 carbon is bonded with the 4 hydrogens, methane gas. Like this, different atoms are chemically bonded together. This is what we used to call it as. What is to call all of you? Molecules of compounds. Do you understand, everyone? Please respond, guys. Are you clear, Amma?
Yes.
Yes, that is what. Now, if you have noticed it here, that is the first point you have to remember. So, for example, if I take 1 glass of water, I have taken 1 glass of water. So, at every point, if I measure the molecular formula at the bottom or at the top or at the middle, everywhere, what is the chemical formula of water? Everybody. What is the
H2O.
chemical formula of water? H2O only. So, same H2O again and again and again, and H2O is the repeating unit. Entire water, everywhere H2O atom, H2O molecule only present. H2O molecule only present. That is what we used to call it as a molecule of a compound. So, compounds are made up of minimum how many atoms? Different atoms. 2 or, yeah, 2 or more.
Made up of 2 or more different kinds of atoms.
Different elements. 2 or more different elements. That is what.
So can we say different kind of atoms?
Atoms of elements. Atoms illa different atoms of elements. Do you clear? Everybody clear? Understand, ma? Girls?
Yes, sir.
Different atoms of elements. We used to call it as a molecule. And if I take carbon dioxide, who is the repeating unit of carbon dioxide? Everybody? Who is the repeating unit of? This is a gas. Oxygen. Who is the repeating unit of carbon dioxide? CO2. Do you understand? One carbon atom, 2 oxygen atom. They are the repeating unit. CO2 is the repeating unit of carbon dioxide. So like that, same molecule of different atoms is again and again and again and repeating. That is what we used to call it as a compound. Do you understand, all of you? Please respond. Okay, ma? Everybody? Yes, that is what. So what is that call it as? What is this molecule known it as? Heteroatomic molecule. What is to call? Heteroatomic molecules. Now, the atoms, what is present here? Hydrogen, oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, carbon dioxide, carbon and hydrogen. These all are held together by a force of attraction. That force of attraction only we used to call it as, everybody, what is that force of attraction? Call it as chemical bond. Please write it. The atoms in a molecule are held together. The atoms in a molecule are held together by a force. The atoms in a molecule are held together by a force which is called chemical bond. 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 Do you understand, everyone? Now, my question to you is, all of you tell me, the compound which consists this one, for example, if I take water, H2O, carbon dioxide, CO2, that particular molecule consists of molecule. That molecule is only we used to call it as a molecular compound. The molecule, the particular consists of what the compound which contains the molecules, that is called it as a molecular compound, or we can say compound, molecules of a compound, whatever it is. So now H2O is the molecular compound of water. Carbon dioxide is the molecular compound of carbon dioxide, CO2. HCl is the molecular unit of hydrochloric acid. hydrochloric acid. That is what you have to remember. So now, either it is the molecules of atoms or molecules of elements or molecules of compounds, doesn't matter.
Sir, I'm unable to understand molecular compounds, sir.
These particular units, the units of this particular compound is called it as a molecular compound. Every compound contains molecules, am I right? Suppose if I have given
Yes,
some
sir.
X compound, I have given you some X compound. This compound contains what actually? Molecules. Am I right? Molecules.
Yes,
This molecule is only called it as molecular compound. Molecular compound of element. Molecular compound. Do you understand? Suppose water contains H2O. This H2O is the molecular compound. Everywhere H2O is only present. H2O is only present. Just we'll call it as a molecular compound. You understand, Mari?
yes, sir.
Yes. Now, the bond, the attraction present between either it is a molecule of element or molecule of compound, doesn't matter. Both we used to call it as what we used to call the bond which is attracting them, which is binding them together. What we used to call, guys? Chemical bond. And I already told you, the chemical bond formed by these compounds, what you are studying here, they are all molecules of compounds and elements. What is the bond? Call it as anybody? Ions means different bond. These all are formed by sharing of electrons. By what? Everybody? Everyone?
The
By
sharing
sharing
of electrons happens in the case of molecules of elements only, no, sir.
molecules of elements, molecules of compounds also. Ions only donating and receiving. Do you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So molecules of compounds also sharing of electrons only. So what is a bond name? I said that chemical bond, call it as something. If it is sharing of electrons. Lots,
Covalent bond.
yes,
Covalent.
which is call it as a covalent bond. Please remember, by sharing of electrons, we'll get a covalent bond. By donating and receiving electrons, we used to call it as a what bond? Receiving electrons, it will form ionic bonds. Please note it. Next, we will study ions. By the time you will get it. Okay. But now, what is the bond present between them? Whatever you are seeing
So
here.
that chemical bond is known as covalent bond, sir.
Yes. Now this bond, the line which is representing here, that is what a chemical bond. This chemical bond is a covalent bond. Clear? All of you? It is formed by sharing of electrons. It is formed by
Yes, sir.
what? Sharing of
Sharing.
electrons. Okay. Now, my question to you is, suppose now water is binding with the two hydrogens. That's what one oxygen is binding with the two hydrogen. Ammonia is binding with the one nitrogen is binding with the three hydrogens. One carbon is binding with the two oxygen. My question I am asking to you is it all the atoms are binded with the same strength of forces or different strength of forces? Anybody? That is what I am asking. Anybody? Is it same force of attraction everywhere or the different force of attraction? All of you.
Yeah. Different.
Yes, please.
Different.
Different force of attraction. Remember, different atoms always having different force of attraction. There no two bonds is having the same force of attraction. Oxygen and hydrogen, different force of attraction. Nitrogen and hydrogen, different force of attraction. Carbon and hydrogen, different force of attraction. Carbon and oxygen, different force of attraction. So, different atoms and different molecules are held together with a different strength of forces, and atoms of different elements joined together in always definite proportions to form molecule of a compound. Most important point about molecules of compound. Once again, I'll repeat. If you take carbon dioxide, every time, everywhere in the world, one carbon is combining with how many oxygens? Everybody. One carbon combining with how many oxygens? Please respond. Carbon and oxygen ratio. One carbon, two oxygen. If I take water, one oxygen with how many hydrogens? Everybody. Two hydrogens. Nitrogen. One nitrogen with how many hydrogens? Three hydrogen. This is what we used to call it as a elemental ratio. So throughout the universe, throughout the world, they always combine together in a definite proportions, fixed proportions to form a molecule of a compound. If you form the ammonia in anywhere, either in India or America, or if you go to everywhere, always ammonia will formed by how many nitrogen atoms? How many nitrogen atoms? One nitrogen atom and three hydrogen atom. Do you understand, everybody? So that is what definite proportion. Every different molecule of a compound having a fixed proportions of elements. Are you clear, Amma? All of you?
Sir, can you please repeat the statement that you
Yes,
have
I
said
will
before?
give you. Do you understand this point, what I'm saying? Suppose
Yes.
methane. If you take methane, carbon and hydrogen, everywhere in the world, what will happen? Number of methane means how many carbon atoms? One carbon atom and four hydrogen atoms. Everywhere the same ratio. Definite proportion will be present. So that is what is about molecules of a compounds. Lingesh, understand? Yes, Abhirami, that is, write it please. Different atoms in different molecules, write neatly everybody. Different atoms in different molecules are held together with different strength, with different strengths of forces and atoms of different elements. Atoms of different elements joined together in definite proportions to form molecule of a compound. Most important point about the molecule of a compound. Please remember, one is force of attraction is different for different molecules, and always there will be a fixed proportion or definite proportion. That is what you have to remember. I hope you all understand. Anybody having any doubt, you can ask me, or else we'll proceed further. Are you clear, everybody? Yes, please. Agalya, Shivani, understand, Amma?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Now, atomicity of elements. Can you tell me what is the atomicity of elements we studied? Anybody?
The number of
Elements.
atoms present in an
Yeah.
element, sir.
Monoatomic, diatomic, polyatomic,
Triatomic.
triatomic, tetraatomic, polyatomic. Same way like here, molecules of compounds also classified into no monoatomic. It will start from diatomic. It will start triatomic,
So one doubt, sir.
Yes.
Is it also called as atomicity?
Yes, that's what I said. Atomicity is for molecule of an element, or molecule of a compound, or doesn't matter. Number of elements, number of atoms, how many present. That is what we used to call atomicity. Clear? Do you understand, everybody?
Yes, sir.
That is. So write it. Molecules of compounds also. Molecules of compounds, but no monoatomic molecules of compounds. Clear, everybody? Starts from where? molecules of compounds. Starts from where? Only diatomic. Okay. Also can be classified as diatomic, triatomic, tetraatomic, pentaatomic, etc. Not required. So depending upon what? Atomicity. Depending upon its atomicity. So atomicity is for both molecules of elements.
So what is after atomic, sir?
Tetra 4. என்ன மாதிரி? Tetra
Sir,
4.
no, sir, I'm not asking that, sir. After atomic.
Tetraatomic, pentaatomic. Penta.
Yes, sir.
Penta
5.
means 5. Of course, after that we'll say poly. More than 4, even more than 2 we will consider as a poly. Okay, wa?
Yes, sir.
Ma, everybody understand, ma? Yes? Sagavitray? Rasini? Now, can you give me the diatomic molecules of a compound example, please? First one. Example.
H2.
H2R. What, Ramari? I'm asking molecule. Listen the question. That's what I'm saying. That is why.
H2O, sir.
H2O, 3. How it is 2? Diatomic molecules.
HCl.
Diatomic molecules of compounds. Who said that HCl? Prudvi. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Very good, Prudvi. Hydrogen chloride or hydrochloric acid. Hydrogen chloride. What is that, anybody? Formula. HCl. How many are there? How many are there?
Sir, sodium chloride.
Mari, you are going for ions. I told you 1,000 times. Molecules of compounds, ions is not same. NaCl is the ion, ionic compound. Purima,
Yes, sir.
do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So you should speak about only molecules of a compounds, not ions. Purima. Yes, any other?
Yes.
Most dangerous gas, silent killer. Even 8th class I have taught you. Anybody? Silent killer, who is to say? Carbon
Monoxide.
Yes. Carbon monoxide. CO. Write it. So many etc. we can
So,
write.
one doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I said NaCl, sir. How did you know? How can we find that it is
NaCl is
ionic?
formed by donating electrons. Sodium will donate 1 electron, chlorine one receive 1 electron. This is an ionic compound. Ionic compound. We'll speak about it later. Now you speak only about molecules of a compounds, which are
Yes,
sharing by electrons. That's what. Clear?
Yeah.
Yes, Mari?
Yes, sir.
Now, one more simple thing I want to say you. Sharing of electrons formed by only non-metals. Keep it in mind and you can tell. Do you understand what I'm saying? Only
Yes,
by
sir.
non-metals. When metal is involving, definitely it is ionic compound. Okay, wow, girls, everybody. Next, triatomic molecules. Tell me, everybody. Triatomic molecules of a compounds. Make it quick.
H2O, sir.
H2O.
Very good. Carbon dioxide, H2O. Very good. Next, sulfur dioxide. Many etc. you can write. Nitrogen dioxide. You want, you can write it. No problem. Clear, everyone? Yes?
Yes,
Number
sir.
of atoms. Count it. Next, tetraatomic. Tetra 4. Tetraatomic molecules. Like that, you keep on writing. No problem. But tetra at least. Yes. All of you? Yes.
Sir, SO2
Tetraatomic
means,
example.
sir,
SO2.
H2O.
Yes.
Sir,
SO2.
NH.
Sulfur
Ammonia,
dioxide,
sir.
Mari. 1 sulfur, 2 oxygen. 3 total.
Sulfur dioxide.
Yes.
Sir,
Tetra, very
ammonia.
good. Yes, very good. That's what, that smartness. I have shown you the image. In that, 4 atoms are there, correct? Do you understand, everybody? That's all it is, guys. Penta also, I have shown you the image. What is that? Penta. Pentatomic. Methane. You
Methane.
understand? Yes. Ammonia, NH3. NH3 is the example of tetra. Next, hydrogen peroxide. Are you using that if any kind of wound and all will come, you will put some liquid so that white color foam like thing will come. Do you remember, everyone? That cleaning agent. Anybody? After the injury, we will
Yes.
clean our wound with some liquid so that all the dust
Dettol.
and all what is present, it will come like a bubbles. You remember, everyone? That is what we used to say, hydrogen peroxide. Formula N, H2O2. Please note it. What is the formula? H2O2, hydrogen peroxide. So like this, atomicity is not only for atom molecules of elements, molecules of compounds also. Hope you all understand. Anybody having doubt, you can ask me, or else we'll proceed further. Clear, everybody? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any problem for anyone? You can ask. Okay. Mukesh, are you writing the notes? I'll check the notes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Do it, everybody. Clear? Okay. Are you all understood, Amma? Girls?
Yes, sir.
So now, I'm going to show you something. In our textbook, all of you can have. Your textbook will be having elements and their atomic masses. Just verify it. Is there tabular column? What is the name of the tabular column? I want to know. Anybody? So that is what is our next
Sir,
step.
atomic masses of few elements.
Yes. Atomic masses of few elements. Elements and their atomic
Sir,
mass.
atomic mass in the sense a single atom or all the
Yes.
atoms,
Single
total
atom.
atoms.
Single atom. How it is?
Atomic number in the
Yeah.
sense all the atoms.
Yeah, atomic number means it is belongs to one single atom. I will teach you, Mari. You just observe. And one more thing, remember, how to find it also I will teach you. It is most important concept. That's what calculating atomic mass. So there is a beautiful concept which we are going to study. That's what measurement of atomic mass and molecular mass after writing the chemical formula. Book there is a different order and I'm teaching in a different order. So this is the concept like watermelon concept. We will use it to use the measurement of atomic mass. That we will study. I will teach you. Now just you observe the atomic mass. So if I take, remember all of you, unit of atom. Basically, if you go to market, mass we used to measure in what, everybody? Mass we used to measure in what? Kilogram. Am I right or wrong? Everyone? Yes, please. Mass means we'll measure in kilogram. Now, atomic mass means atomic mass is actually extremely smaller unit. We cannot measure in kilograms and all. So the unit of atomic mass is U. U means AMU or U, atomic mass unit. So what is that atomic mass unit and how much is that value? That is all we will study. Just now you remember, this is the tabular column. Just I am giving a count of 10 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 only there. So let it be. So if you take hydrogen, the atomic mass, what is the unit of atomic mass, everybody? What is the unit of atomic mass? U, or we can say AMU, atomic mass unit. Atomic mass unit. One hydrogen atom. What is atomic mass, everybody? 1 U. Okay. Carbon, 12U. Nitrogen, 14U. Oxygen, 16U. Sodium, 23U. Magnesium, 24U. Sulfur, 32U. Understanding? If I take chlorine, 35.5U. Calcium, 40U. So this is what is the atomic mass of one single atom of a element. One single atom of a element. Sir, why, sir, this is now? As I said, Mari asked today's class, sir, how you are finding the ratio? That is, what is the ratio? We are going to find it. Like hydrogen, what is the ratio? We got it. Check it, everybody. Water ratio, how much? 1:8. Understanding? Ammonia, 14:3. Carbon dioxide, 3:8. How we are getting this? So we are going to get it from atomic mass only. So that is the reason I am saying you. So please note it. We can calculate the ratio of different elements. Write that point. We can calculate the ratio of different elements in a given compound. All of you have textbook. Do you all have textbook? Compound with the help of their atomic masses. Are you clear, everybody? Yes, please. All of you clear? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Now, and this tabular column, and this is the tabular column speaks about atomic masses of elements. And this is the tabular column speaks about what? Everybody. Ratios, mass ratios. Sir, how to get it? I will teach you. You don't need to worry. Just to remember this. Do you understand, everyone? All of you clear? Please respond. Yes. So now, meeting is there. Join back and we'll proceed. Water alone I will teach you. Then we will proceed in the second meeting. Water. Number of hydrogens. How many, guys? Number of hydrogens. How many, guys? Number of hydrogens. Elemental ratio. That is what? Elemental ratio. Elemental ratio. Number of hydrogens. How many are you seeing, Mari?
2, sir.
Number of hydrogens. Everybody. 2. Number of oxygens. How many, Amma?
1.
One.
How many, Amma?